uh, honest to God, and I've determined this in therapy. I may sleep with men. I engage in that type of thing. I don't really like dudes.
You
I
don't
really,
like dudes.
I really don't like because if I think back to all of the bad things that have happened to me in my adult life,
Yeah.
those things were the result of men.
Yeah.
So other than the hey, how you doing? The sexual
right.
thing, I could really live without them.
All right. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. It's good to see you again.
It is.
So, how have things been going?
Basically the same. The homeless have a certain set or routine that we
Talk a little bit louder.
basically the same. Most of the homeless have a certain routine of things that they do on a regular basis. Like on Mondays, I go to the Cathedral of Hope at about 10:30 for their 11 o'clock lunch. Every day, Salvation Army is doing 8 o'clock, no, 9 o'clock now, 9 a.m. and 12. It's just different things. My friend Rochelle goes to Irving on Thursdays. But beyond that, like I told you when we were off camera, I got off parole after 18 years. That's super, like.
And now you have housing?
Yes, I got approved for Arlington housing. They said about 90 days, and I'm down to 30 days. So, like, within a month, I should be in my own crib in whatever county Arlington is in. I think Tarrant, right?
I'm sorry?
I think Arlington is in Tarrant County.
It's Tarrant County.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
are you dating right now?
Nah. And I'm happy about that. I'm divorced. I got divorced last November. So, I'm over that. For a minute, it was a little bit of a struggle, but praise be to God, I'm over that. I got closure there.
So you're not in a relationship right now? You don't have a fling?
Man, not really.
No.
I mean, unless you want to. But that ain't no fling. Probably won't see him again. Well, I'll see him again, but probably won't do that again. But
yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
Do you date more of guys that are flamboyant, or do you date guys that are more straight?
The appearance would be the latter, not the former, for me.
Well, so what does that mean?
Guys that would appear cisgender or straight.
So you like gentlemen's, or like like clean cut, come off as I'm interested in a woman.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't like flamboyant guys.
Mm-mm. Not for me. I mean, I've tried that. It's not for me. As a transgender woman, gender roles must be clear and concise.
Okay.
For my egocentric self.
Yeah. So coming from a male's perspective, can you tell me why men cheat on women with men? Is it like a fetish, or is it for some?
I think it is a fetish. For others, I think it's just something that's in them, especially here in the South Africa. Like, Lord forgive me, and my community. Brown-skinned people, not just African Americans, but Latinos, have this machismo thing in their communities where the male is just this super stiff figure. And so a lot of those guys adhere visually to that norm and go on to have, marriages and children and things of that nature, but really have inclinations or tendencies for an alternate lifestyle. And like the old people say, what's in you gonna come out. And eventually, a lot of them that I've seen, because I'm older, at 44, I've talked to some guys because I want to know too. After they're like, I have a friend named Roland who lives in Houston. Or forgive me for using your real name, Roland. But he was in the military, did the whole wife thing, kid thing, and after his child graduated college, he came out to have his own lifestyle. And him and his ex-wife are like bosom buddies, and because they were married for like more than 20 years. But he's much more happier today than he was having to be something.
Just by being himself.
Yeah, or feeling that he had, because he never had to be. But he felt as if he had to be. And a lot of guys are put in that position where they feel they have to. Like I tell dudes that are interested in me about like about lying. I don't ever ask a dude anything because some dudes feel like they need to lie. So I just be like, I ain't gonna ask you nothing. You ain't gotta tell me nothing. Just
Yeah. Do you think the reason why some guys are kind of infatuated with men, do you think it's because they were molested as a child? Do you think that's like the root or a seed or maybe a source where it's stimulated from?
That's a good question, and I think I can talk with some bit of expertise on that. Having gone to prison, I can tell you, yes, a lot of that has happened. There's a lot of physical or sexual trauma in a lot of those guys. Um, Also, I've seen among people with mental health issues, they've been, and so with the mental health issue, you kind of displace what the norm is for, and a lot of them are just doing it because, in their head somebody took them there. But yeah, a lot of it comes from sexual trauma in the youth. Sigmund Freud said, like, we can determine how a child's going to be or the root of his problems as an adult at the age of 8. At 8, that's the, so a lot of those guys had trauma sexually or physically as youths, or I say sexually because sometimes it's not, physically, because it's not always sexual. Sometimes you can have an overbearing mother that pushes you away from, you know, copulating with women because how she berated you or something like that, and it wasn't a sexual thing. And so now you have a malformed perspective about women, and so you cling to men. So it's a lot of different things. UT Southwestern got to get out there and get some mental health screening.
Yeah. What's your reason of why you kind of diverted to choosing men, or why do you feel like you're attracted to men and not women?
It's just been me, really. Like,
did it start when you were younger?
Let me tell you. Yes, it did. I'm lucky enough to say that I didn't really have a trauma, other than the little weird stuff that kids do. Told me like because I was telling them about all of the negativity that I've run into with homeless people.
Hello. This is another segment of Acts for the Kingdom. And this guy name is Reese. I did a video of him last year, or it's about almost a year ago, about 9.5 months ago. And he's very intelligent, but he finally received his housing, and so that's good news. But just listen to a little bit about his story and his situation and so forth, and just always remember not to judge on these videos, but just always keep these individuals in prayer. And when you pray for them, just allow it to be a sincere prayer to the Most High. Thank you.